at the beginning of your journey of looking for a wife,
Mhm.
did you ever stop and say, what do I want in a wife? And then once you answer, I'll let you answer that.
Okay.
And then how did you determine she was what you were looking for?
That ass had to be fat, you know. You know what I'm talking about? Why you looking
That's
at me
usually
like that?
a very general requirement, but okay.
No, no, no. But I mean, you know, she had to be a pleasing to the eye. You know, she had to be pleasing to the eye. That's what I'm saying. That's what that
I
means.
stopped to ask, like, did you actually know what you wanted? Or were you
Yeah,
trying to
I
figure it
don't.
out as you were filtering?
When I was younger, nah, I ain't know what I want, man. Nah, for real, I didn't. I didn't know what I wanted.
Makes sense then.
Honestly, I
So,
didn't. Um, she, yeah, I didn't know what I wanted. I'm gonna just be
so
honest. I,
you were in the position that a lot of you were in the position that a lot of younger people find themselves in, and which
mm,
is not even younger people, just single people. We'll just say single people.
how's my hair?
Beautiful, luxurious. How's mine?
Wow, you did that yourself?
Man, all by myself.
Hey, y'all, welcome to Noble Nasheed. I'm your host, Nasheed JaXson, and we have a co-host.
Um, I am your co-host, Noble Solace.
You know what? You a whole host, man. You are a
I'm a whole
host.
host.
We I'm a host and you a host. There's no co here. There's
There's
no
no
co.
co-host. All
No,
right.
no, there's no co. All right.
We both
So
got our own
welcome to Noble.
spot in the spotlight.
We discuss relationships here. Um, how to start them, how to navigate through them. That's what we're doing here. So last week, well, our last episode was with Shay, right?
Right. Which was a
Right.
very interesting situation that she ran into when trying to find love. Uh, and just going through the normal filtering criteria and the courting, and she was faced with a decision to make. What
Yeah,
kind of wife
yeah.
did she want to be? You know, that's a decision that, we all have to make well, us females, we have to all make that decision when we're looking for our partner. What kind of wife do I want to be? Because that's going to determine what kind of husband I look for.
Right, right, right. And do too. I mean, we need to just stop accepting any sister who say they want to get married. I think we need to have some kind of, you know,
Standards.
criterias. Yeah, some standards.
Here.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And a cooking criteria, I don't think that's really a standard these days, like nowadays. It should be, but I don't think really dudes really require somebody who listen. A pack of meat in the store is a pack of regular ground beef is $20. You might as well take it out to eat, man. For real. You might as well take her out to eat, man. So I don't think cooking is one of them. I mean, it's a plus if she does cook. You know what I mean? But
Well,
yeah, I think we need to.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just going to jump in here and say we can't set the standard for everyone, though, because there are men out there who will say cooking is a must. But it's
Absolutely.
because he can't cook or he's never home to cook and he loves home cooked meals. So he's
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to that. It's not anything negative that, oh,
Oh
she's
no, no,
has
no,
to
no.
cook. Yeah, it's probably something that they really look forward to. And vice versa. Women have their specifics. They're like, okay, well, I can't wait to do this with my husband or that with my husband.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that they find that husband that's going to fit that criteria. And so, how do we do that? How do we know what we're getting ourselves into when we know that Islamically, the courting phase or the sit downs or the time that we have to get to know each other sometimes is brief or it's shorter than the average getting to know you phase. But it's more direct and more to the point. So how can we use that to our benefit?
Mm-hmm. That's just a general question. You're not asking me, are you? Because I ain't got no answers. Not right now. Like, no, I
Right. I'm
mean,
gonna take a stab at this, me being a solutionist and all, I'm gonna I'm gonna throw it on out there. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Ask a question and answer it yourself. I love that.
well, I usually pose the question because I love to hear different perspectives, and that's how I collect information to kind of share with everyone when it comes to solutioning past. So this is kind of one of those subjects that I've reached out to many people just to understand what they're looking for and
Mhm.
how to find it, or what they ran into that provided roadblocks for them that they're trying to stay away from in the future. So with, research, I would say that filtering starting from the beginning of meeting somebody, it starts with the first words that they speak. It's
Mhm.
right from the beginning. But there's something that you must do prior to that, which is kind of what I was hinting at when we started um this session right here.
Okay.
It's you don't know what you want, you can't find it. You're not going to find it. So you have to know what
Word.
your criteria is. You have to know
Mhm.
what it is that you're looking for or that would make you happy in a marriage. That's where your criteria starts.
Mhm. Mhm.
What, how do you envision your marriage? How do you hope for it to be? Now, of course, don't put yourself in a box where you can't compromise. I want my husband to be home with me all day, but he has a
Mhm.
job. Okay. We're going to have to compromise there because he has to work, or I
He
can't wait
works
to
too much though. He works too much.
he works too
I'm here
much,
all the I'm here all alone by myself all the time.
or he's a truck driver. He's out of town a lot,
Right?
right? So what's more important to you? The time that he spends with you or the money that he brings home? Understand what kind of person you are so that you know what kind of person that you're looking for. And the
Mhm.
criteria is it's how can you say it's developed as you go along. As you learn who you are, that's how you understand that's the way that you understand how to tackle I guess you can say the not requirements. I hate to make it sound so business and structured,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's how you tackle your filtering criteria to try to find someone that matches your lifestyle, but also can make you happy. That you
Mm.
guys can become friends. And as we grow older, and I'm going to say it, the older that we get, the harder it is to find someone. It's because we've set our criteria so firm the older that we get that we don't budge as much as we used to when we were kids,
Right.
or when, not kids, but youngins
Yeah, yeah,
out there
younger. Yeah.
running around.
Right.
So,
Right. Looking for love. Looking for love. Yeah.
so it says you're, knowing who you are. So what are some questions? I'll throw these. This is something you will know. What say for instance, at the beginning of your journey of looking for a wife,
Mhm.
did you ever stop and say, what do I want in a wife? And then once you answer, I'll let you answer that.
Okay.
And then how did you determine she was what you were looking for?
All right. So what did I want in a wife? She had to cook. That's for sure. Because, I had a job that I was out and I came home late and I was dead tired and I wanted somebody to cook for me. So she had to cook. Um that ass had to be fat, You know what I'm talking about? Why you looking
That's
at me
usually
like that?
a very general requirement, but okay.
No, no, no. But I mean, she had to be a pleasing to the eye. She had to be pleasing to the eye. That's what I'm saying. That's what that means. Um, man, I'm telling you,
Okay, so now I'm gonna
and
ask, did
showcase.
you
Okay,
know what you
so she
wanted?
couldn't be. Say it again. Say it
I
again.
I stopped to ask, like, did you actually know what you wanted, or were you trying
Yeah,
to
I don't. I
figure it
don't.
out as you were filtering?
When I was younger, nah, I ain't know what I want, man. Nah, for real, I didn't. I didn't know what I wanted.
Makes sense then.
Honestly, I
So,
didn't. Um, she, yeah, I didn't know what I wanted. I'm gonna just be
so
honest. I
you were in the position that a lot of you were in the position that a lot of younger people find themselves in, and which
Mm,
is not even younger people, just single people. We'll just say single people.
mm,
And that position is we find ourselves filtering while we're trying to figure out what we want at the same time,
mm,
which causes confusion in ourselves, which causes us to reach out to more options because we may not like this in that person, but we find it in that person. But then this person over here gives us a couple of good, oh, they might criteria points over here. And then this person
right.
over here, you know what I'm saying? So it becomes confusing. And so my
Mm,
first suggestion to anyone is know what you want. Know
mm,
exactly what you want. Close your eyes and envision your ideal marriage. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, what does it feel like to be with that person that you're looking for? All right.
mm,
Once
mm,
you've gotten comfortable with understanding this is what my day will look like, this is how my life will be structured with this person, this is my hopes for our future together,
mm,
then you can start to filter out the things that are deal breakers and or let's say the things that you can compromise with and the things that are, I have to have this because if I don't have this, I'm going to be
mm.
a nag, I'm going to complain, I'm going to be sad, I'm going to be, all these things negative.
Right,
So
right.
that's kind of where you start.
So is Shay there? Is that what Shay is? Does she know what she
That's
wants?
So let's say she does. Shay knows what she wants. And that's why
Okay.
she turned down the last advancement from the gentleman who wanted to pay her to be his wife, to stay in the United States, to take care of his mother and only see her 3 times a year. Now, in Shay's mind,
In his
she does.
defense, in his defense, it was 3 times a year, but it was going to be like, a few weeks. It wasn't just be like one time. You know what I'm saying? And she would be financially taken care of. You know what I mean? Like she would be financially taken care of.
Well, see,
I'm
here's
just,
the
I'm
thing.
just saying.
No, that's fine. He doesn't need a defense because each person has their own criteria of life and has their own choice of how they want to live it. That's his criteria of what he's looking for. There
He
are
knew what
women,
he wanted.
right.
Yeah.
There are women out here who can and will jump at the opportunity to be taken care of financially, to
Hmm.
be, a wife maybe 3 times a year for 2 or 3 weeks at a time,
Hmm.
and be a live-in caretaker to an elderly woman. There are some once she took the time to envision the marriage that means, her forever marriage,
Hmm.
her ideal marriage. She took that time. And because of that, she was able to say to this brother, no, thank you. I'm not,
Hmm.
this is not the situation for me. Right. So now she's back out in the world. And as we discussed, Shay is an online dater. She's not dater, but she's an online,
Yeah.
help me out.
Personality.
Yeah, she's trying to find love, but she's doing it using social media
Yeah,
platforms.
social media. She doesn't, her circle is small. She don't go out. So that's where she meets people at. That's where she meets people at. And I think there is a guy that she wants to say something to, but it's not ladylike. You know what I mean? So if
I
she
don't
does,
understand that question. I
if
don't
no, I
understand
mean, if
this.
she sees, no, I'm saying if she sees a guy she's like a modest person. She doesn't go out. She doesn't. She's shy. Like she's really shy. And but she knows what she wants. And there's a guy who might be the guy for her, but she doesn't know how to approach him online. If it was if it wasn't a situation where they were working together in the same room or whatever, she could say something, start working in this area, come up with a conversation. But how does she approach him online? You understand? Is it the same approach that a dude would use? We discussed that about commenting on the do a public comment or you know Is there another way?
Well, I think for any female that's shy, online inbox is probably the most discreet way that you can drop a line and not really feel the impact of a letdown, because if someone's not interested online, they just don't respond to your message.
Mm.
If someone is not interested online, they just say no, thank you, and you don't have a face-to-face confrontation. So I'll first say that it's okay to be shy, but when you're doing an online search for someone, and if, Shay found him, she knows that, he has great potential to be everything that she's looking for.
Mm.
She goes into the inbox and says hi. I mean, I'm at the point, honestly, with our culture and our environment and how we are trying to how we're trying to bring people together. I'm at the point where I'm okay encouraging women to put themselves out there a little bit more, especially women who are introverts and who stay at home and who are, studying, and they're working all the time, and they're focused on productive things in life. So they don't have a lot of time to
Mm.
really just be online trying to find a mate and all. There's too much to do. So I
Yeah.
encourage women like that to, if you see someone who you feel is even has the potential to be the perfect match for you, put yourself out there a little bit. Just a nice inbox. Hey, brother. And you know what? I have to say, brothers are starting to get really respectful with inboxing sisters. So I believe sisters can do the same thing. Pardon me, sister. I mean, pardon me. She can type, pardon me, brother. I mean, no disrespect. I was seeing that, possibly you might be looking for a wife, and just put an inquiry out there that way. All he can do is say, yes, I'm looking for a wife, or no, I'm not. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really the gist of it. And a lot of times men would be flattered. A lot of time a man would be flattered, even if he can't, even if he's married, even if the answer is no. It A lot of times men will still be flattered, and it's not a bad thing. They won't react in a disrespectful way. So
Yeah, absolutely.